Hey everyone, this is Ty, and if you want to know how much I paid for the Stage 2 on my Lowrider ST, then you have come to the right place. Stick around. Okay, here we go. I've got the work order, the document from White Lightning Harley-Davidson. There's some personal private information on here that I'm just not going to share on camera, so I'm not going to be showing this document on camera, but I'm not going to lie to you either. So at this point, we really have a couple of different options. Number one, you can believe what I'm telling you, that I'm not going to lie to you, stay and watch the rest of the video, or you can choose not to believe me and go on about your day. Either way is okay with me, but I'm going to be as transparent as possible with you guys. So let's go ahead and get right into it. For the full Stage 2, I did have some components on the motorcycle before I even started this project, and that was the Bassani Road Rage 2-in-1. So this one that I purchased, oh man, it was probably, I don't know, a year ago or so, and I purchased this one in black chrome. It was also called Mercury at the time. Good luck finding it. I've tried to point people in the right direction on where to get this on Bassani's website, and it's just not there anymore. There may be some other third-party vendors out there that are reselling those. If you happen to find it, send me a link, because I'm always having people ask me, hey, where did you get that exhaust? And right now I'm just kind of at a dead end sending people somewhere. So you can order the chrome Bassani 2-in-1 just like this one you can order it from Bassani's website. You can also get it from your local dealership. Now the price I paid for this one was $1,264.95, and it was a while back. I did have to get a Harley-Davidson Screaming Eagle tuner. That's what we used to tune this at the time, not what I'm using now, but at the time. So keep that in mind. If you get this exhaust, you will need a tune. Now let's go over some of the components that I just purchased with this Stage 2. And here's the thing, I'm gonna kind of look at this like two different buckets, right? You got bucket A that's got some of the major things in there that everybody wants to know. And then bucket B is like things that are really kind of insignificant, like a bolt kit or a washer, or any of those small type of items. I'm not going to be going over that because that's just boring for the most part. So we're going to be going over the major components. And let's start with the cam, right? Because that is one of the questions that I get time and time again. Everybody seems to know what type of cam that I wanted to, or what type of cam that I went with. So the cam that I went with, I ended up going with a Star Racing 3030 cam. That one was $399.95. And one of the reasons I went with that, it was just really highly recommended from White Lightning. It was recommended from friends and other colleagues that I've spoken with about this. And there was just so much information about cams out there. So much information. But that's the one I went with, $399.95. You can buy that probably on their website. You can get that from your local dealer, either way. So far, I am super, super pleased with that product. Now let's move over to the cam plate. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even know what a cam plate does. I really don't. But it was a part of this build. The cam plate that I went with was from Fueling Racing, and that one was $379.95. Again, a part of this Stage 2 build. Now, I'm also going to try to have links for everything in the description below, so you guys can check it out for yourself. All of this was the part of the Stage 2 build that White Lightning spec'd out for me, so I didn't pick out any of this personally on my own. All right, let's go over to the push rods. So I also had some different push rods put in. We upgraded those. So the push rod kit was $329.95. Now on those, I didn't even ask, but Jathan over at White Lightning just knew this would look dope, and it does. We went with black on the push rod covers, and he also upgraded the tappet covers to black. And when I purchased the motorcycle, those were chrome. Now they're blacked out. It just looks fantastic. So that kit is going to be $329.95 for the push rods with the black covers, And the tappet covers that I got that are black, those are $87.95. Now that you can find on Harley-Davidson's website. I'll also provide the links for that. Now, continuing with products that you can find on Harley-Davidson's website, I upgraded the throttle body also on this one to the 64 millimeter. I believe it came with the intake manifold and the throttle body. That one was $532.95. Now, there were a couple of miscellaneous seals and gaskets and stuff like this, a couple of bucks here, a couple of bucks there, but that's going to be the major expense on that one. And this was one of those things that I saw from Moonshine Harley-Davidson. Ask White Lightning about it, and they were like, that sounds fantastic. Yes, let's do that. And I'm so glad they did. So again, that component just for the throttle body and the intake manifold upgrade, the 64 millimeter, $532.95. You can find out that on Harley-Davidson's website as well. So after all the work is completed, after Harley-Davidson did everything on this document, of course, you've got to have a tune, right? And that's one of the things I got a bunch of questions on. What were the numbers like? How much horsepower did you get? How much torque did you get? So let's go over a few costs on those. So I went with the Power Vision license on this one. Again, this was recommended by the dealership, and I'm very, very, very happy with that. So that was $299.95. The dealership spent about 4 hours tuning the motorcycle. Now, what White Lightning charges for their tune might be different than what your local dealership charges for your tune on that. So without me going into pricing and saying that's going to be the same for every dealership out there, I would say check with your local dealership to see how much time they need to spend tuning the motorcycle, and then what is the cost per hour. White Lightning spent, again, about 4 hours tuning out the bike, and it is just phenomenal. It is just phenomenal. Money well spent. So let's go over and let's take a look at the dyno sheet that they gave me. All right, here we go. So here's the sheet. Nice little laminated sheet that they gave me. It's pretty cool. So we can see over here on this side is the horsepower. On this side is the torque, and you can see where the lines in the graph intersect. Also, let's take a look down here. This is what everybody wants to see. So the max horsepower came in at 116.68. So I've just been rounding that up to 117. I think what I've told most people. And we move over here to torque. It's showing 132.16. So out of that, we got 117 horsepower, 132 torque. And so far, I am super pleased with the result. Not only that, they gave me this cool little memory stick here with the tune on it. That way, if something happens and you're traveling or that type of thing, take this with you. If any repairs have to be done, all the tune is on here and ready for you to take it to whatever dealership you've got. So I know after all that, you're probably wondering, what is the final cost, Ty? Give us the final cost for the project. And here it is. So with the stage 2 build, now this is excluding the exhaust that we talked about in the first of the video, the Bassani 2-in-1, excluding the exhaust, but including the dyno tune, was $3,748.49. That was the cost for the whole project. So the question of, was it worth it? That is going to be different from person to person. That question is completely and totally subjective when it comes to the value of something like this. Now, for me, yes, it was absolutely worth every penny. It is such a fun motorcycle to ride. And then when you add this stage 2, it just elevates that so much. It's such a great motorcycle. Now, I would like to add this. Moonshine Harley-Davidson is kind of known for this type of stuff, and they're close to home for me, but they are known for big engine builds and modifications, and they do a fantastic job. Nothing to take away from them. But what I'd like to tell you is this, that if you are in the Chattanooga area, near the Chattanooga area, or want to travel to the Chattanooga area, you really should give White Lightning Harley-Davidson a shot. If nothing else, give them a call, let them work up a quote for you, and see what they can do. You can talk to my buddy Jathan, you can talk to my buddy Waldo, you can talk to Teresa. Any of them over there will help you out. They have done a phenomenal job on this build, and I am super, super happy. So I hope you found value in this video. If you did, please consider subscribing, hit that thumbs up, all the YouTube type of stuff. You guys ride safe, and I'll see you in the next one.